Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I hope you are having a fabulous day wherever in the world you are. So today we have a new cross stitch that was sent to me by Biggestcraft.com. It's called Love, Roses, and Doves. It is an 11 count Aida fabric, and it's supposed to be 40 by 40 centimeters on the finished size, and this was $8.99 on the website. Now I will leave a link in the description box for this cross stitch and my discount code for $3.99 off any purchase if you so want to check out some of their cross stitch projects. I will say that their customer service is absolutely fantastic to my experience. When I ordered this kit, it was actually out of stock. So they messaged me and told me that they were going to go ahead and print one off. Now I told them they could send me something else instead since it was out of stock, but they said no, that they were going to print it out and make sure I got this one that I wanted. So that was absolutely fabulous. It did take an extra week or two for me to receive it because of that, but you know what? You can't beat that kind of customer service. So let's check this out. See what all we have here. So first of all, we have our basic instructions, how to divide your threads up, how many to use for 11 count. 11 count, you use 3 strands to stitch. 14 count and over, you use 2 strands to stitch. Of course, it comes with how to choose your thread colors, how to do a printed and unprinted cross stitch kit. Your usual, make sure that your hands are clean, not wet, because if they're wet, if you get the fabric wet, your pattern will disappear and then you'll be forced to do it as a cross stitch, a counted cross stitch, but that's all good. It has cleaning and maintenance, and of course your standard stitches on the bottom. A whole cross stitch, half stitch, 1/4 stitch, 3/4 stitch, a continuous stitch, a back stitch, cast off, and French knot. Which I don't think I think that only the whole regular cross stitch is in this particular kit. So next, let's check out our paper pattern. And as usual, I always check it is tear resistant paper, which is super, super nice. You can usually tell if it's tear resistant because the back will be shiny. So we have 35 colors in this cross stitch, and it looks like the color differences in your symbols are far enough they're different enough that you shouldn't have any problem differentiating them between the other stitches. So of course it has the thread number, which is the number that, there's 35, 1 to 35. And then it has your codes, and then on the back side it has your DMC thread numbers, so that the thread actual color can be identified either by you or the company. So if you run out, all you have to do is call them or get a hold of them and let them know that you've run out of a specific color. Say I run out of color 676, I would go down here and say, hey, I ran out of this color, can you please help me out? Or you can just pick them up at any store like Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's Crafts, or anywhere like that. And they should be pretty much the same color. So here we go. This cross stitch is 47 long across and 47 stitches vertically. So that tells you exactly how many stitches, which is great. And then it says it's 11 count Aida, and it's going to be 40 by 40 centimeters. So it's pretty big. It's not huge, but it's going to be pretty big. Now you see that our pattern is mostly color blocking. And if you know what color blocking is, it's these large areas that are the same color. And it has a little bit of confetti, but not much. The confetti is where there's a lot of different colors in one area where you have to skip around to get to your color area. And you see that it's very brightly colored, so you can kind of tell the difference between what's what. Now, this is what the cross stitch looks like. It doesn't look like they gave me a big picture of what it's supposed to look like in the end, but that's okay. I will insert one from the website. Now, this is the aida. This is the fabric. And you see all the colors. It's very brightly colored. It's not super saturated, but some of the colors are a little saturated. You can see through the back, but that'll all disappear when you finish it in the end, when you go to soak it in water and get rid of all the ink. So our pattern symbols look like they are all very well centered in each square. The pattern symbols are different enough that you can tell where one color is. See, like here's a red cross and then a solid red block and the zeros. They may be the same color, but the symbols are different enough that you can tell what they are. So that is very, very nice. Also, our fabric is hemmed on the edge so that you don't have to worry about fraying, and you also don't have to worry about doing that little whip stitch around the edges just to protect your fabric. So I like that because I hate having to do that. Next we have our needles and this thimble. So in this kit we have a threader, which if you don't know how to use this, I do have a video, a how-to cross stitch, which shows you how to use the threader. And we have our standard thimble. Now I really like these thimbles because you can actually wear them as a ring if you so wanted to. A little fashionable, put on your practice hand or what have you. Now we have our little puff ball with our needles. This has 5 needles that are for 11 count, and yes, people, there are needles that are for different fabric aidas, and it, you know, see, this one fits just perfectly in that 11 aida hole. So those are little particulars. The only thing that is not included in this kit is our sewing loop that we put on to hold our fabric taut while we stitch, but you can pick one of those up anywhere, or you can pick one up on their website. So like I said, this has 35 colors in it, and these are very, very close colors to what is in the actual printed picture. I can't compare that to you because they didn't send me a printed picture, but that's okay. Because I can tell just by looking at it that the colors are pretty close to what is in the original picture. We will see how it turns out in the end. Now I will say I don't see any starts and stops in our for the production of our thread. The thread all looks like it's fairly even thickness. There's no real thin ones or thick ones going on, so it looks like good quality thread. I believe it is cotton thread, not the polyester blend, just by feeling it. And you have plenty of thread to get this finished. You'll have plenty of thread left over, I'm sure, as well. So far, I have never run out of thread with any of these kits, so that is a huge, huge plus. So here is our kit and everything that is included with it, and I think that this is going to be fabulously pretty. Again, it's called Love, Roses, and Doves, at 11 count, aida, 40 by 40 centimeters for your finished product, give or take. There is always a little margin of error in the size. It just depends. And it was $8.99 on their website. I will include my discount code for $3.99 off any purchase, which is absolutely fantastic. That is a deal, y'all. So don't miss up. Make sure to check out their fabulous cross stitches. There's a lot on there. Quite a few that I've never seen before. So I love that. So I hope you all have a fabulous day, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.